Have you ever gone through the same situation in your life like over and over again and been like, oh my god, why does this keep happening to me? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. So I don't know if you read the quote that I posted up recently, which was, life will keep bringing you the same test over and over again until you pass it. And honestly speaking, like ever since I came across this concept that, life is happening for me and not to me, in the sense that it's happening for me to learn some sort of lesson so that I can pass the test and move on. Ever since I've looked at life through this lens, I can't unsee it because it's just so true. So in order to help understand this quote even more, I'm gonna give you an example. So imagine you have a little sister, and your little sister's so excited she signed up for a spelling bee and she really wants to win. Of course you want her to win too. And you also happen to know all the words that are gonna come up on the spelling bee. So every time you help her, you actually kind of use those words and you're just making sure dude, if you can spell these ones, I know you're gonna win. So let's say the most challenging word is conscientious. Conscientious is I don't even know how to spell it. But imagine that is like the hardest word on the spelling bee. She's passed all the other words, she knows how to spell them, and this one is like the one she's struggling with. So imagine now there's like 2-3 days left until the competition. And she knows how to spell all the other words except she's really, really struggling with this one, conscientious. When you are helping her out, what are you going to test her with? Are you going to test her with psychological? Or are you going to test her with conscientious? Knowing that, hey, if you can spell this one, you're gonna win. You're gonna keep testing her with conscientious, right? I would do that. And until she gets it right, will you stop testing her with it? Because you know she knows it. And then she goes for the spelling bee and she wins, okay? Similarly, imagine you are the little sister, okay? Your higher self, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, that is guiding you through life, is that older brother or sister, okay? Who knows, hey, Shireen, let's say I'm speaking to me. Hey, Shireen, I know that if you can get this right, and if you can get this right, and you can get this right, you are gonna win in life, okay? So let's say one of the words that I need to spell is self-confidence. You really need to master the spelling of self-confidence in order to win at life. Exactly like how you would keep testing your little sister with the spelling of conscientious, life will keep testing you with experiences that test your self-confidence. So when you start looking at your past through this lens now, you might notice like, oh my god, these events are all happening just to teach me this one lesson. Okay, so I'm giving you this example of self-confidence. It's coming from somewhere. I'll share with you a personal example. So one of the lessons that I have had to learn over time is, to be confident in myself and to validate myself. Like, I am the only person who has the right, who has the power to validate me. And I had to learn to stop giving that power to other people. So, for example, when I look back, I went to an international school, so many different types of people, and I was friends with individuals. And every time I formed a group, I never felt like I was part of the group, okay? I went to dental school then, and it was the same thing. There were just groups and groups and groups of people, and I would be friends with the individual, but I would never be part of the group. Like, I always felt a bit kind of like the outsider or like a third party. It always felt a bit off. So at this point, I have a situation, okay? I never feel like I fit in. That's the situation. So from here, there are two ways I could see it, either as a problem or as a lesson. If I go down the problem route, most likely I'm gonna be like, God, people suck. People don't like me. They never make the environment comfortable enough for me to feel like I'm part of the group. They are me and they. Problem. And the solution to this problem is other people changing so that I can feel better. Okay? The more resourceful way of seeing the situation is as a lesson. So, I never feel like I fit in. Why is that? What is it about me that is, causing me to feel this way? What do I need to learn so that this situation stops happening? And that's when I realized, and I look back at the events, and I'd say to myself, Shireen, have you ever noticed you keep coming across situations where you feel like, you don't fit in a group, and it bothers you so much, it really, really affects you. Why? What is it? What is it? Why? Ask yourself. And that's when I learned, I was like, you know what? I actually tend to seek acceptance and validation from other people in order to feel confident about myself. And it's true, this was old me. And as soon as I recognized that, that's when I started to work on myself and be like, hello, listen, I am the only person who has the authority to accept me, to validate me, and when I do that, I will achieve self-confidence, and you can put me in any single group and it doesn't matter. They like me, don't like me, I don't care, because I like me. You know what I mean? And ever since I learned that lesson, I've never felt like a group doesn't like me. And that's just one of the lessons. And there are so many more lessons to learn. I mean, literally, self-love. I've noticed that sometimes people go through multiple breakups because actually the lesson they need to learn is to stop seeking love from someone else and to start loving yourself. Self-worth, self-value, you know, stop giving other people the authority or the power to value you. You value you and that's it, you know. Learn that. Standing your ground, setting your boundaries, speaking up. Like, these are all lessons that I believe every human needs to go through and learn, and life will keep bringing you the tests until you pass them. And it's not a punishment. Rather, it's because life wants you to win. Literally. Wants you to win, wants you to be strong, wants you to, you know, be amazing and really fulfill your maximum potential, which is way more than you think it is. So I really hope that you're able to look at your events as lessons, not as problems. Learn the lessons so that you don't have to go through that stuff anymore. Anyway, so that's enough for today. I hope you learned something, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you about more favorite quotes of mine. And yes, take care. I love you as always, and enjoy the rest of your day.